There's a simple word that looks ordinary, but it holds the power to completely change your life. Most people ignore it. They've heard it before and thought nothing of it. But this one word, when spoken with intention and held in silence, can unlock your deepest desires. It's not about magic. It's not about luck. It's about aligning with a universal truth that has been hidden in plain sight. This one word carries within it the energy of completion, the vibration of fulfillment, the echo of dreams that have already come true. But here's the secret: you can't speak it to just anyone. In fact, the less you speak of it to others, the more powerful it becomes. That's because when we share our desires too freely, we invite energy that waters down our faith. We allow doubt to enter through the opinions and questions of others. This is why ancient spiritual masters often practiced silence. They understood that true power builds in quiet. They knew that what is sacred must be protected from the noise of the world. And they knew that when a word is spoken with pure belief and held with trust, it becomes a seed planted in the invisible, ready to bloom in the visible. You are not here by accident. You didn't just stumble across this message. Something deep within you was searching for a sign, a small shift, a secret that makes sense of the feeling you've always had, that life can be more, that your desires are not just wishes, but divine instructions waiting to be fulfilled. And now, that sign is here. By the end of this journey, you will not only know the word, but you will feel its power. You will understand why it works, how to use it, and most importantly, why silence and belief are the key. You've been asking, praying, hoping. Now the answer has arrived. Just one word, spoken with trust, held with faith, and never shared aloud to those who cannot yet see. Have you ever wondered why so many people work hard, pray often, hope with all their heart, and still never seem to get what they want? They set goals, they read books, they try every method, yet somehow what they want always feels just out of reach. It's not because they don't want it enough. It's not because they're not worthy. And it's not because the universe has forgotten them. It's because they're missing something simple but powerful. They're missing the understanding that desire is not just a wish, it's energy, and energy must be handled with care. Most people make the same mistake over and over. As soon as they feel inspired, they speak it out loud to others. They share their dreams before they are strong enough to stand on their own. They talk about what they're manifesting, hoping to feel more confident. But instead of growing stronger, their energy becomes scattered. It leaks out. It loses focus. Every time you share your deepest desires with someone who doesn't understand your vision, you risk letting in energy that cancels your intention. A single doubtful question, a raised eyebrow, or a casual, "Are you sure?" can shake your belief more than you realize. What was once a burning flame becomes a flicker, then smoke, then nothing. The truth is, most people never reach their desires, not because they lack tools, but because they lack protection. They don't protect their energy. They don't protect their words. They forget that their desire is sacred, that it must be kept in the quiet soil of the spirit before it can rise into the light of the physical world. Imagine planting a seed. You cover it gently with soil. You don't dig it up the next day to show someone how it's doing. You don't expose it to the wind and expect it to survive. You leave it where it can grow, in stillness, in darkness, in silence. That's how real manifestation works. That's how real desires are fulfilled. This one word, when spoken in the right way and kept from the wrong ears, becomes your spiritual seed. If you speak it with belief and let it rest within your energy field, without interference, it begins to move things around you, things you cannot see, yet things that are real. When you understand this, everything changes. You stop seeking approval from others. You stop needing to explain your dreams. You stop chasing results. Instead, you begin to attract them quietly, powerfully, without noise, without resistance. This is the secret that makes the difference between people who live in constant disappointment and those who live in quiet fulfillment. It's not about doing more, it's about doing less, with more intention. It's not about shouting your desires to the world, it's about whispering them to the universe and keeping them close like a sacred treasure. If you can learn this today, if you can truly grasp the power of silence, the importance of focused energy, and the role of belief, you will already be far ahead of where you've ever been. The path to your desires will not feel far anymore. It will feel near, like something within your reach, and that's because it is. Every word you speak carries energy, not just sound, not just air moving through your lips, but a vibration that travels into the unseen and begins to shape what comes next. This is not a belief, it is a law of the universe, a spiritual truth that has been confirmed again and again across cultures, across time, across faiths. In the beginning was the Word. That is how many sacred texts begin, and that's no accident. Words are the first form of creation. Before anything becomes real, it begins as a word, either spoken out loud or whispered within the mind. Your thoughts are quiet words. Your beliefs are repeated words. Your prayers, your complaints, your dreams, they all begin with words. So what happens when you speak a word with power, with trust, and with purpose? You create a doorway, a spiritual doorway, one that allows what you desire to begin flowing toward you. But the key is to understand that not all words carry the same energy. Some words open doors, others close them. Some words bring in light, others bring in fear. Think about the words you use every day. How often do you say things like, I can't, it's hard, I don't know how, maybe someday? These words seem small, but they have power. They shape your mood, your thoughts, your actions, and over time, they shape your life. Now imagine replacing those with something different. Imagine speaking a word that says, it is done, I have received, it is already mine. One word that vibrates with completion instead of lack. One word that affirms what you want without asking, without begging, without waiting. That word exists. And when you speak it with understanding, your world begins to rearrange. Not because the word itself is magic, but because your belief behind it is strong, focused, and unshaken by the noise of the outside world. The universe listens to energy more than sound. You can say all the right words, but if your energy is filled with doubt, nothing moves. But when you speak one true word from a place of faith, of stillness, and of quiet confidence, it echoes across the spiritual realm and begins to return to you multiplied. This is why your words matter. Not just what you say to others, but especially what you say to yourself. If you are always speaking problems, you attract more problems. If you are always declaring struggle, you receive more of it. But if you begin to speak with the voice of someone who already has what they desire, you change your energy. You change your signal. And when your signal changes, what shows up in your life must change too. That's the law. That's the promise. That's the truth. So ask yourself now, what words are you using? What energy are you sending out? Are your words building your world or breaking it down? If you want to change your life, you must begin by changing your words. Because words create thoughts, thoughts create feelings, feelings create actions, and actions create your reality. The journey begins here with one word, spoken with belief, carried in silence, charged with spiritual certainty. It may be simple, but it's powerful. And the moment you begin using it the right way, you'll feel the shift. You'll feel the energy moving, not later, not someday, but now. Already, there is a quiet strength that most people overlook. It's the power of not speaking. Not because you have nothing to say, but because what you hold is sacred. When it comes to your desires, what you truly want from life, there is great wisdom in keeping them private. Not secret in a fearful way, but sacred in a protective way. We live in a world that teaches us to share everything. Social media encourages us to talk about our goals before we've even taken the first step. Friends and family often expect us to explain ourselves, to prove that our dreams make sense. But the more we explain, the more we open the door to outside opinions. And those opinions, even when well-meaning, can bring in energy that weakens our intention. Speaking too soon or too much about what you desire is like opening the oven before the cake has finished baking. The heat escapes. The process is disturbed. What could have been beautiful and whole may now collapse. Your desires are like that. They need time in the quiet, time to build strength, time to grow roots before they bloom into results. Every time you talk about what you are manifesting, you bring it out of your energy field and into the mental space of others. And once it's there, it's open to judgment, doubt, or disbelief. Even if no one says anything negative, just the energy of someone not understanding can shift your focus. You begin to question, you begin to wonder, you begin to lose the clarity that was once so strong. But when you choose to speak less, you keep your energy centered. You hold your desire close, like a flame cupped in your hands, protected from the wind. You allow the word you've spoken, this powerful word, to work inside of you without interruption. You let it echo in the spiritual world without needing anyone else to hear it. Speaking less isn't about hiding, it's about honoring. It's about recognizing that your desire is not for public discussion, it's for private connection between you and the universe. This connection becomes your channel, a clear, uninterrupted pathway for your desire to travel from spirit to form. You don't need others to approve of your dream. You don't need anyone to understand why you want what you want. You only need to believe in it deeply enough to protect it, to guard it with silence, to feed it with attention, not explanation. So the next time you feel the urge to tell someone what you're working on, pause. Ask yourself, is this for their ears or is this for my spirit? Choose silence when needed. Speak with intention when guided. Let your results be your voice. Let your manifestations speak for themselves. Because in the end, the most powerful transformations often happen in silence, where no one sees the seed growing beneath the soil, but everyone sees the tree when it finally rises. The word is simple. You've heard it before. You may have even used it casually without knowing its power. The word is already. Yes, just that, already. It might not seem like much at first, but this word is one of the most powerful spiritual tools you can use because it carries with it the vibration of completion. When you say already, you are not wishing. You are not asking. You are not hoping. You are declaring. You are affirming that what you desire is already true in the spirit world, and now you're simply aligning with it. Think about how we normally speak about our desires. We say things like, I hope I get it, or I wish it would happen, or I'm trying. All of these words carry a message of waiting, of distance, of not having, but already shifts everything. It closes the gap between you and your desire. It places you in the state of having, not needing. Let's say you desire more peace in your life. You could say, I want peace. That's fine, but it keeps peace in the future. Now try saying, I already have peace. Feel the difference? One keeps you waiting. The other places you inside the experience now. This is not lying to yourself. This is aligning yourself. When you say already, you're not pretending something is true. You're affirming that it is becoming true through your belief. And that belief is what makes it real. You don't need to shout it. You don't need to repeat it 100 times a day. You just need to speak it with certainty. Whisper it if you must. Say it in the morning as the sun rises. Say it at night before sleep. Let it settle into your spirit and speak for you even when your mouth is closed. I already have the love I desire. My healing is already happening. The opportunity is already mine. The answer is already on the way. You're not trying to make it happen. You're trusting that it is happening. You're stepping out of struggle and into faith. You're moving from begging to believing. This word is your signal to the universe. It's a code that says, I am aligned, I am ready, I receive. When spoken in silence and in faith, it unlocks spiritual doors that effort alone cannot open. So don't dismiss its simplicity. The greatest truths are often simple. The most powerful tools are the ones that don't shout but whisper. Let this word become your daily companion. Let it settle into your mind and shape your thinking. Speak it not as a command, but as a quiet truth. Already, it is already done. To understand why already works, we must first understand how the universe listens, not to noise, but to energy. The universe is not moved by desperation. It does not respond to begging. It responds to alignment. And alignment begins in your inner world with what you believe and how you feel. When you speak the word already, you shift your frequency. You move from a signal of lack to a signal of fulfillment. That change in energy is what creates the change in your outer life. It's not about forcing anything. It's about matching the vibration of what you want so it can find you. Everything in the universe has a frequency. Joy has one. Love has one. Peace, health, success. They all have their own spiritual signal. When you speak already, you align yourself with the frequency of what you desire as if it's already part of you. And the moment you do that, the universe begins to mirror it back to you. This is why people who expect good things often receive them. Not because they are lucky, but because they are aligned. They are tuned in. Their energy matches their desire, and already is the quickest way to enter that state. When you say, I already have what I need, you're not pushing it further away by wanting it. You're pulling it closer by claiming it. You are stepping into the feeling of done. And from that space, you begin to act, think, and move differently. Your energy changes, your mood shifts, your decisions align with what you now believe. Think of it like tuning a radio. If your frequency is set to I don't have, you only hear static. But if you turn the dial to already mine, suddenly the signal clears. You hear the music, the message, the guidance. And that guidance leads you to the people, places, and choices that match your desire. That's how already works. It clears your energy, it focuses your mind, it softens your heart, it removes the fear of waiting and replaces it with the peace of knowing. You are no longer wondering if it will happen. You are walking as if it's happening now. This isn't just positive thinking, this is spiritual law. What you believe with feeling becomes your reality, and already helps you believe without resistance. It calms your nervous system, it stills the doubts, it invites your desire in like a guest who is expected and welcomed, not feared or questioned. So the next time you feel unsure, pause and say one word, already. Let it settle into your bones. Let it echo in your chest. Let it shape your energy. Say it with love. Say it with faith. Say it with the confidence of someone who knows their desire is on the way. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now. Because it is already. Now that you know the power of the word already, the next step is to make it part of your daily life. It's not enough to say it once and forget it. To fully receive its energy, you must build a small ritual around it, a moment each day where you bring yourself into alignment with what you desire. Start in the morning before the world gets noisy, before you check your phone, before you think about what you have to do. Just take a moment to be still. Sit up in bed or place your feet on the floor. Close your eyes. Put one hand over your heart and the other on your stomach. Breathe in slowly, deeply. Then whisper the word, already. Don't rush. Let it rise gently from within you. Let it feel natural and real. As you say it, picture one desire that matters to you right now. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's healing. Maybe it's love, or a financial breakthrough, or a new opportunity. Whatever it is, see it clearly in your mind. Now say, it is already mine. It is already done. I already receive it with peace and gratitude. Hold that picture in your mind. Don't force it, just feel it. Let the energy of your desire mix with the peace of knowing it's already here. Even if you don't see it yet, act as if it's done. That is what changes your frequency. That is what activates the spiritual laws that respond to your faith. This entire ritual can take less than 5 minutes, but when you do it with focus and sincerity, it sets the tone for your entire day. You will move through your world differently. You'll notice signs. You'll feel more calm. You'll start to attract things that match your new vibration. This is not just about repeating words. It's about feeling the truth behind them. When you say already, feel the peace of not chasing. Feel the relief of not begging. Feel the strength of receiving. You can also bring this word into small moments throughout your day. When something stressful happens, pause and whisper, already. When doubt creeps in, whisper, already. When you see something you desire, instead of saying, I wish, say, already mine. This trains your mind and spirit to respond with faith instead of fear. The more often you do this, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, you won't just say the word, you'll live it. And when that happens, your outside world will begin to reflect the peace, trust, and abundance you've been building within. Make this ritual yours. Keep it simple. Keep it honest. Let it be a moment of connection between you and the divine, a moment where you remember you don't need to ask again. You only need to align again. Already, it is already yours. There is a sacred reason why this word works best when you keep it to yourself. It has to do with the spiritual principle of energy protection. When something is new, when it's tender, when it's growing, it must be guarded. Not because it's weak, but because it needs time to grow strong. Think of your desire as a flame you're trying to light. In the beginning, it's small. One gust of wind, one careless comment, one doubtful look, one question from someone who doesn't understand can blow it out. But if you protect it, feed it, and give it time, that small flame becomes a fire that nothing can put out. That's why you must keep the word already between you and the universe. Speak it during your rituals. Use it in your heart. But resist the urge to talk about it with others, even those you love. Not everyone is meant to understand your path. Not everyone is ready to believe what you are ready to receive. The energy of others can interfere, even when they don't mean to. Sometimes a person's fear will dress itself up as concern. They might say, just be realistic, or what if it doesn't happen? They think they're helping, but what they're really doing is introducing doubt into your field. And doubt is the one thing that weakens the vibration of belief. This doesn't mean you should isolate yourself. It means you must learn to discern. Speak your truth when it's safe, but protect your desires when they are still in seed form. Keep them in the soil of your spirit, hidden from the eyes of those who might not water them with love. This is not about fear, it's about wisdom. It's about honoring your path as sacred. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you believe what you believe. You don't have to prove your faith. Let your results speak. Let your manifestations be your answer. When you see your desires begin to unfold, when opportunities appear, when peace increases, when blessings flow, then and only then you may choose to share. But by then, your faith will be strong, your vibration will be steady, no outside opinion will shake you. Until that time, keep the word already close to your heart. Let it be a whisper between you and the divine. Let it grow in power as you speak it in stillness. The quieter you are, the more energy you hold. The more energy you hold, the faster things move. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is power. And when you learn to walk in silence with the word already on your tongue, you become unstoppable. When you begin using the word already with belief and secrecy, changes start to happen. Some are small, some are big, but all of them are signs that your energy is shifting, that you are becoming a magnet for the very things you once chased. At first, you may notice little things, a calm feeling in the morning instead of worry, a sense of peace where there used to be pressure. That's not small, that's the beginning of alignment. It means your spirit is relaxing into trust, and when you trust, the universe begins to move. Then come the external signs. You might find money unexpectedly, a small refund, a coin on the street, a discount on something you were going to buy anyway. These are not random. They are confirmations that your new energy is drawing in abundance. You may notice people around you speaking differently. Someone mentions an opportunity out of nowhere. A door opens where before there was only a wall. These are echoes of the spiritual signal you've been sending. The universe is responding. One of the clearest signs is that you'll stop feeling desperate. You'll stop rushing. You'll stop asking when and start saying, thank you. That's when you know you've moved from hoping to knowing, from waiting to receiving. But be aware, your old habits may try to come back. You might feel the urge to talk about your desires again. You might want to share too soon. You might think, nothing's happening. That's when you need to go deeper, to return to your ritual, to breathe, to say already again. Stay steady, keep quiet, and keep speaking the word with your spirit. The process is working even when you can't see it. Just like a seed grows under the soil before it breaks through the ground, your desire is growing in the unseen before it shows up in your life. And when it does come, when you see it, touch it, live it, you'll remember how it started, with one small word, spoken in trust, carried in silence, held in faith. That's how desire becomes reality. That's how spirit becomes matter. That's how you turn dreams into truth. It begins always with the energy of already. Even when you're doing everything right, speaking the word, doing the rituals, keeping quiet, there's still one thing that can get in the way: doubt. It creeps in when you're tired, when you don't see results right away, or when your past experiences tell you that things never work out for you. But here's the truth. Doubt is just a thought. It's not who you are, and it's not stronger than your belief unless you feed it. Doubt is like a fog. It makes it hard to see what's right in front of you. It blurs the path and makes you forget the progress you've already made. But the way to move through fog is not to stop. It's to keep walking. Even if it's slow, even if you can only see one step ahead, and the step is always the same, speak the word again. Already. When doubt says, "What if it's not working?" respond with, "It's already working." When fear whispers, "What if I'm wrong?" reply, "It's already mine." You don't have to shout. You don't even have to believe it perfectly at first. Just keep choosing that response. Each time you do, your belief grows stronger and your doubt grows weaker. Your mind may bring up old stories, times when things didn't go your way, times you were disappointed. That's okay. But those were different moments, different vibrations. You weren't working with this energy back then. You weren't walking in this level of awareness. Today you are. Think of it like this. Doubt is the echo of an old you trying to pull you back, but the version of you speaking already is a new version, a higher version, a more powerful version, and that version is the one that leads now. So how do you clear doubt when it shows up? First, pause, take a breath. Place your hand on your chest, then speak the truth. Even if I can't see it yet, it is already done. Even if I feel unsure, I trust the process. I am still on the path. I am still receiving. Let those words ground you. Let them bring you back to your center. Doubt loses power the moment you stop feeding it with fear. The moment you return to trust, you are back in alignment. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to feel powerful every minute. You only need to return again and again to that quiet space inside you that still believes. That quiet space that knows your desire is not just possible, it's already moving toward you. Keep walking, keep trusting, and most of all, keep saying the word that opens the way, already. Repetition is powerful, not because the universe needs to hear something many times, but because you do. Your spirit needs to remember. Your mind needs to stay focused. And your body needs to feel the energy of what's coming before it arrives. But repetition doesn't mean noise. You don't have to chant loudly. You don't need to say already 1,000 times a day. You only need to say it with presence, with peace, with stillness. Stillness is where energy settles, where vibration becomes strong. It's like water in a clear pond. The less you stir it, the more you can see your reflection, and in the stillness of your spirit, your desires begin to take form. Make already a quiet rhythm in your life. Say it as you make your morning coffee. Whisper it as you walk down the street. Think it as you lie in bed at night. Let it become your background thought, the music under your thoughts. You don't even need to say the full sentence. Just one word is enough. Already, each time you say it, you're tuning yourself. You're matching your energy to the thing you want, not someday, not eventually, but now. This is the difference between wishing and knowing, between hoping and receiving. When you make this word part of your stillness, you stop chasing and start attracting. You move into the place where things come to you because you are ready, you are aligned, and you are expecting them. Stillness doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing things from a calm center, a place where you don't have to rush or prove or fight, a place where you know deep down that everything is working in your favor, even when you don't see it yet. So return to the word, return to the stillness. Let it be your home. Let it be your reminder. Let it be the bridge between the invisible and the visible. Say it softly. Say it with love. And keep saying it, not because you're trying to make something happen, but because you already know it is happening already. You now hold something powerful in your hands, a word that can shift your energy, calm your doubts, and bring your desires closer every day. It's not complicated. It doesn't require hours of practice. It just requires trust, and it requires action. That action can be small. It can be one quiet moment in the morning, one whispered already as you step into your day, one deep breath when worry starts to rise, one pause before speaking to protect what's still growing inside of you. Let this be your new way of being. Let this word become your companion. When you use it with peace. Don't try to force, just allow. Let the word do the work. Let the energy of it guide you, carry you, and lead you. And as it does, start to notice the changes, the signs, the shifts. Don't look for giant miracles at first. Look for the soft ones, the moments where you feel less anxious, the days where you wake up lighter, the times where things flow without effort. These are not small things. These are evidence that you are on the right path. You've done enough waiting. You've done enough hoping. Now it's time to receive, quietly, fully, boldly. You don't need to shout to be heard by the universe. You don't need to explain yourself to be blessed. You just need to believe and speak the word and keep it sacred. So take a deep breath, feel the stillness within you, and from that place, whisper it one more time. It is already mine. Now go. Live your day with that truth in your heart. Let every step you take be the step of someone who already has it. Let every choice you make reflect someone who already knows it's done. And if you're ready, truly ready to shift your energy, to protect your desires, and to align with divine timing, then declare it now. Speak it in your own way. Write it in the comments. Say it out loud, or whisper it only to yourself. But let the universe hear it, clear, strong, and full of faith. I am ready. It is already done.